Welcome back to another episode of the Off Topic Podcast, baby. I'm your boy Dan the Man,
And I'm Jose.
the fucking great, and this is Mr. Kittens who's taking a nap. But yeah, bro, I mean, shit, what are you talking about, bro? What you want to talk about?
I don't know, bro. This Liver King thing is kind of crazy.
Let me ask y'all one question. Could you guys, all right, I know there's a lot of fitness people out here. Could y'all spot somebody that's not natural?
All right, first, let's give some context, though.
Oh, shit, true.
Who is Liver King?
Liver King. It's like, nah. He's, man, I don't know who the fuck he is, bro.
Liver King?
No, I know who he is, bro. I know I'm
Okay,
talking
okay.
shit. I can't remember his real name, but he had a real name. He's got a government name. He decided to change that name to Liver King when he launched the Liver King brand, right? To become this big badass who eats raw meat and eats all kinds of animal, and big brolic dude, right? Looks like Super Saiyan kind of guy. But he's based his whole brand on the fact that he's this big beast of a man, strictly from ancestral supplements and the land and what the land provides.
Yeah, and apparently he's a lot of liver. I think he preaches on
He's
like the
everything,
benefits of
yeah.
liver, right?
Liver, heart,
Hence
he
the
eats
name.
everything, man. Yeah. Now the thing is, they just leaked some emails from before he was famous that he was trying to build his brand. That he was spending anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 a month on steroids.
PED.
So guess what? That big brolic man ain't on natty, bro.
Not natty.
Ain't on natty. And I tell you, like I was telling you earlier, man, I go to this gym, and there's some big motherfuckers in there, bro. Bitch, some of them you can just look at and say, nah, duh, that's not in the human anatomy. That's not possible, bro. There's only so much you can get big. You know, I'm not a big dude, but next time y'all see me in here and I'm like, goddamn
Ripped.
fucking gorilla, y'all gonna be like, yo, he's gotta be on something.
I think a big indicator is when you can put on mass and still stay super lean.
Yeah.
And again, let's preface all this with saying like there's nothing wrong if you are on performance enhancing
Yeah,
drugs.
yeah,
There's nothing
100%,
wrong with it.
100%.
The problem with the whole Liver King situation is the fact that he claimed to be 100% natural. That's where the issue
Yeah.
is. Like it's
Yeah.
fine if you're on again performance enhancing drugs, steroids, but the issue is when you have a product, you're selling something, and part of your brand is the fact that you're natural.
Don't make false claims. You know how many
Yeah.
people believed
Simple
that he
as
was all
that.
natural and followed his lifestyle, trying to, and probably beat themselves down to nothing, trying to build themselves to be that caliber of a person, when in reality it was never going to be accessible unless you reached beyond the limits of your own body.
Yeah, and that's the key phrase right there, beyond, because we all have a genetic max, right?
Yeah.
There's only really so much muscle you can put on, and then once you reach that point, yeah, you can like grind, eat excess calories, lift extra heavy, you know what I mean? You could probably put on a couple extra pounds, but it's a fucking grind.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But once you're on, on these PEDs, you know what I mean? It's a big boost,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Hey, look, stop making false claims, people.
That's
Stop
it.
making false claims. If you're not all natty, don't say you're all natty. Who gives a fuck if you are or aren't?
Yeah.
When you start saying you are, is a different animal.
That's it. That's the issue. That's
If you're
the
like,
only issue.
dog, I could drive the shit out of a stick car and beat anybody in a race, and I put you in there with 3 pedals and you stall out every 2 seconds. Guess what, bro? You should have made the claims, because if you not made the claims, we wouldn't have put you in a stick car,
Yeah, but
I'm the best poker player in the world. Okay, bro, we're going to find out.
But also, just as a, I guess like what is that, a post-fist? I don't even know if that's a word. But let's just,
Preface or post-fist?
there's a possibility that there's a little bit of defamation
big
going
facts.
on. We don't know all the facts. People will say shit. And obviously, I found out today that false news will travel 6 times faster than real news.
6.
6.
So that being said, Liver King, if those emails are a fraud, if all that information is not true,
My bad, dog.
Yo, my bad, bro. Yo, look, we'll put you in the seat right here, bro. We can talk about it. We could throw hands if you want to, bro. But saying my bad, bro. And if it is true, stop making false claims, man. You don't need to. There's no need to.
In other news, Balenciaga,
Another one. Yo, have you seen their ads?
I did see one of their ads, yeah.
If you haven't taken the time to look into what Balenciaga's doing, this ties back to things like Wayfair. They used to make claims. People made claims that they were selling and trafficking humans under the pretext of they were, products online, right?
home,
Yeah, home. It was like just a random example. It's not even a real one, but just show you guys an example. If like Katie went missing, like Katie Jones went missing in California, and then 3 months later, Wayfair had a Katie Jones nightstand, and that nightstand was selling for $50,000. People probably thought it was a glitch. People are like, what the hell, or it's like a limited exclusive thing. But people started diving deep, and there were multiple instances where they were selling a nightstand or a dresser with the name of a missing person for like 5 or 6 figures. So the conspiracy was, they're human trafficking, and they're using this as like a blanket over it.
Yeah.
So the Balenciaga advertisement was like a young girl, and I'm talking about real young, like not even like teenager, like young enough to not understand what the hell she's around, because she's got a bear in front of her that's got BDSM attire, and there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with it is, dog, this is a child. There was paperwork thrown around. I think people are claiming that it was from court cases, from them trying to lower the
Consent age.
the age of consent, and it's like, first of all, what the fuck is Balenciaga promoting?
Yeah.
Who are they trying to reach out to? I know that a lot of this shit looks weird, dude. I saw some Balenciaga shoes that look like they had been dragged through the mud for like 10 years, bro. And they're selling for like, grand, and it's like distraught, worn out look. But anyways, I'm not done, whatever on the fashion sense. What's behind the fashion? There's powerful people at play. What the fuck are they doing with these brands, with these companies?
Listen. When you have money, when you have influence, you definitely have power to influence politics, lawmaking. You know what I mean? That report, of them trying to lower the consent age. When there's people that have a lot of money, they could put people in positions, that will lobby on their behalf. And a perfect example of that is taxes. Why did Jeff Bezos pay 0 taxes last year? You know what I'm saying? And the year before that, why was Hillary Clinton calling Donald Trump out? Oh, you didn't pay your taxes last year. What did Donald Trump say to that? He said, yeah, I didn't pay taxes because of laws that you guys have made. Does that make me stupid that I know how to work around taxes and work around the laws that you guys made? And I'll tell you what, if you really disagree with me not paying taxes, then why don't you change that? As a matter of fact, you won't, because the people that are funding your campaign, Hillary, are the ones that are also taking benefits from these tax breaks. So, I mean, again, people in powerful places have a lot of influence on our political, on what's shown on the media, what's becoming normalized. I mean, let's not even go that far. Some of the most wealthiest, renowned, most popular people in president seats were going to a fucking island, you know what I mean, with a man that had so much fucking power and influence and getting away with this type of stuff, exactly what he was talking about, the Wayfair thing, for God knows how long, you know what I mean? And that was going on right under our noses, and it's to me, it's almost like it's I don't know. I don't even know how to.
It's crazy. It's wild. It's wild what people do, and what powerful people, and by powerful I mean it doesn't even have to be money. It could be favors. Sometimes people that owe favors are more in debt than people that owe money. Power, and also the fact that we are not like deep into what's going on. We don't give a shit, right? It's not that we don't give a shit. It's that they lean us towards a different direction. The whole Epstein thing was crazy because he offed himself, and then we just shut the fuck up about it. Right?
He killed himself. That's
he killed himself. The camera didn't work. He was in a fucking locked, confined room, and he killed himself.
Yes.
End of story. Cool. We don't have to worry about what he was.
The footage got lost.
We don't need to worry about. We don't need to worry about what was on his list of guests. We don't need to worry about who the fuck was on the island, who was doing what. It's like, oh, okay, he's done. Oh, okay.
Maxwell, she went down. Okay, but who was she serving?
Dude,
the pizza
exactly?
to?
It's not the fucking person making the pizza. It's the people fucking buying it, bro.
Who are they?
Dude, same shit with the Hunter Biden stuff, man. Right? And I'm not trying to get political here. I'm just trying to show you guys. Look, there's power in play that dictates what we do and do not pay attention to. Right? Perfect example. Go look at your social media. Right? Go to your search or your favorites. What are you consuming? What are you consuming? And I guarantee you, what you click on for 1 second, what you interact with for just a brief moment is what is now captured into what Jose calls what did you call that thing where you make a person online?
Digital avatar.
Digital avatar, right? You're gonna see, and I'm telling you, go do it right now. Go look at what your Instagram's whatever For You content is. Look at what you're consuming and watch how they promote it at an extremity. It's not like, oh, you clicked on that, let me put like one on there. No. Dude, I don't even use my whole like For You feature, right? One day I saw a cool tattoo, clicked on it. Next thing you know, my entire feed is like tattoo concepts, tattoo artists. It's like, damn, like this is how extreme it gets.
Yeah, and what's crazy, believe it or not, Dan's, every single one of us has what they call a digital avatar of us, a digital profile. They know exactly, what type of content we consume, what type of products we purchase, what kind of ads will make us respond to will have the greatest response hit with us. They know what kind of people we're hanging around. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
A lot of these companies like Alexa's, Google Homes,
Google.
even iPhones. I'm gonna say, you talk about a product, you talk about a service, you talk about dog food, you're gonna get ads for those types of things.
Yeah.
You have to think, okay, why are all these apps free? How are they making their profit?
Yeah.
How are they getting their revenue? And what a lot of people don't realize is that you are the product.
Yeah.
You are literally the product. And they're not selling your information like, oh, he makes this much money. What they're doing is that they're able to, like I said, build a profile of exactly all your tastes. You know what I mean? They know exactly what stores you're probably going to go to on what day of the week, the times that you go to the gym. They're able to give this digital profile to marketing companies who you, specifically you, are the perfect customer. Believe it or not, you're exactly who they want to market their product to. And guess what? We're like fucking, we're fish in the hooks right in
No,
our
we're
mouth with the
we're
bait that we
sheep,
want.
bro. Because if you think about this, right, they're not selling your social security number
Nope.
or your identity.
Nope.
What they're doing is they're taking the stuff you look at and what you watch, right, and they're hurting you, right, with the same class of people. I have a cat, right? I have a kitten, so I'm pretty sure I've talked about or looked up cat food. Now, guess what? I'm probably in a cluster of like, let's just for small instances, me and 100 people are right here because we have cats. It's not like they're going, yo, take all their identity. No, they're saying, hey, Iams or hey, Friskies, yo, I got 100 people right here who I guarantee if you advertise to them, you're gonna get clients. So now guess what? They're selling our interests. So yeah, shit's free for me. Facebook's free, but guess what? I gotta scroll through a whole lot of shit that I don't even want. It's like, dude, okay, cool. Honestly, on some real shit though, yo, some of the stuff they put on there, bro, dead on. Dead
Yeah.
on. Some of the
They
companies that I
know.
shop with for car parts, it's like, damn, like how did you know I needed that right now?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I mean, to me, that's like the beginning of it. Like to me, it gets a little bit worse. Like especially with an app that is on your phone probably right now that is literally tracking every single keystroke that you put, every message you've ever sent, every app you're going to, in between apps is collecting all this data. And a lot of times you don't know it when you download these apps. I'm specifically talking about TikTok right now. When you download TikTok, terms and services, it has the ability to track you between everything you do on your phone. And then they're collecting data even on that. And the worst part is that this information is being sent off to a server in China. You know what I'm saying? So if China, God forbid, rules the world, you know what I mean, and they implement their social score, credit score to the whole world, if you don't know what that is, definitely look that up. We're already in their server. You know what I'm saying? With the cameras that they got at every gas station, McDonald's, Face ID can unlock your phone, but it could also register you on other cameras, using the same technology.
Yeah, they could find you with your facial structure, man. They could literally find you and I mean shit. Now you're just there, bro.
You know what the name of the game is? You know what the name of the game is, Dan's?
What is it?
It's called Control.
Ooh, control.
Yeah, if you have a credit score of 100 or 10, I don't know how they're gauging it, but okay, if you have below a certain amount, you can't leave the country. You can't travel.
I heard that they're even doing like, yo, last year you talked about how the government ain't shit. We're not allowing you to buy this house. That's what the social credit score is. It's not even like, oh, I paid my bills on time. Oh no, last month you were talking about how the fucking king is a piece of shit. So guess what? Give me your fucking house. I don't know how it plays out because on some real shit, China's really good at not letting us know what they're doing, or they do what a lot of people do, which is you only know what they want you to know.
Exactly.
So I can't speak on shit like that. So if China is cool, my
bad,
bad.
China. Yo,
Yeah,
come
my
through,
bad.
China. Come on the
we
pod.
sit right here. We talk about it. But if China is really a piece of shit, bro,
I mean, here's the
I
thing.
ain't
Like
gonna say
it's so easy to point the finger at China, also, Dan's, but we don't realize that we're being fed a curated narrative too.
we're being fed an extreme, right? An extreme of what you want to look at. Because I mean, this is why politics and sports are so fucking crazy, because we've taken them to an extreme. And it's not necessarily you that did it. It's the content you're watching, right? You watch one video about something like about how the Cowboys fucking suck, and all of a sudden your whole feed is now about the Cowboys are trash. This guy sucks. The quarterback's garbage. And I'm a Cowboys fan, so shout out to all y'all. But it's like now your whole life is just revolving around the fact that you don't like this. It's not that you
Yeah.
like the Redskins or the Commanders, I'm sorry. It's that you hate the Cowboys. So a lot of it is coming from the stuff that we're consuming, man.
Yeah, and again, we're told what to consume. You
Yeah.
know, we're told the narrative. Like, it's hard. Okay, for example, like, how do we go beyond what it's already on the mainstream media and uncover what's really going on? For example, like going back to the whole Epstein situation, right? COVID was at its height. You know what I mean? People were locked down on their homes. You know what I mean? Like that was everything on the news, and it
Yeah.
happened to be at the same time that this whole conversation with Epstein was going on. You know what I mean? But again, we were being told what to think, what the conversation was. We're told the narrative. Oh, why was Trump on the news every fucking day? You know what I mean? So he did one thing messed up. It's the talk of the day, talk of the week. But I don't hear anything about Sleepy Joe and his leg hairs. You know, I don't hear him
Yeah.
about, 2 words, made in America. I'm pretty sure Trump said some shit like that.
Bro,
like,
my man is checked out a long time ago, bro.
my point, I mean, nothing, again, this is not political. My point is, see how those who control the media will bag on one, party, and then when another party's in there who's probably doing, he's not even fully there, like you said, like there's nothing to report. Everything is business as usual. You know what I mean?
Here's a prime example, all right? And I just thought about this. It's crazy. How many of you guys, and be honest with yourselves, be honest with me. Matter of
Tell
fact,
the
comment
truth.
on it. How many of you blew up when we found out that straws were killing animals and ruining the
Wow.
environment, and you went about metal straws, silicone straws? Dude, restaurants are now either doing no straws or paper straws, which
Yeah.
by the way are ruining the fucking
Eco-friendly.
taste of sodas. But anyways, the documentary came out a year ago. Was it a year and a half ago? I can't remember the name of it.
The turtle.
But about global pollution, right? And it was a big hype. I was like, "Oh shit! Did you guys all watch it?" It was like one of the biggest hypes for the moment. But I think people didn't even pay attention to the fact that they're saying that the straw situation is like literally a needle in a haystack when it comes to situation of pollution. Like there's so many things that are ruining the world, and the world decided to focus on one of the smallest percentages. That's how controllable we are. Like, and you may not believe me, and honestly, straws are fucking the world up in a way, but it's not as big of a problem as they made it seem, right?
It's almost like they get a magnifying glass and they're like, this is this year's, this month's, this, half a year's problem. And then there's fucking the world burning everywhere else. But oh, look where we want you to look.
Yeah.
You know,
Look
what's another
right here.
perfect example that I just thought of too? I know you remember this because a lot of you guys might remember this too. Do you remember that whole campaign that took the whole fucking internet by storm back in 2012, 2013, 11, something like that?
Coney?
Kill Coney, something like
Yeah,
that?
Coney 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember how it was like? I don't even remember the full context.
They
but
made shirts with this man's face on.
look,
them.
the whole campaign, everybody on Twitter was sharing it, YouTube, Facebook, everything. I even was tweeting about it, like, oh, we need to, why hasn't this been brought to attention? I think I even tweeted out Obama or somebody like that, like, why is this an issue, whatever. Fast forward, we all got played. Literally, we all got played. They made a killing off the merchandise. You know what I mean? They weren't, from what I understood, and I have to have reference check this because this has been over 10 years that I saw this, but, they were pretty much just making a profit off of, they were cashing in on our emotions, on our human emotions, you know what I mean? And they did a great job. I mean, I want to say that's probably like, for me, like one of the earliest realizations that I had, like, we can be influenced on a mass level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's not even, it might not even be the fact that you're influenced. It's the fact that you're following, I mean, not to say a trend, but you're following what the other people are speaking about, or you're following what the other people are preaching about, and you want to just be a part of that so bad that you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
So be wary of that. You know?
That what is that herd? No, what is that? Not sheeple. What is that? Like the
The herd mentality? No.
is that what it is? Herd mentality.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You start making your own decisions. What you like. What you don't like, you don't like. Yeah. So that's, I mean, honestly, talking about this though, this brings me up to the fact that you are on a dopamine detox, bro.
Yeah.
So first of all, what is that and why?
Dopamine detox, it consists of 4 protocols, right? Super simple. The only one that's difficult is the reduced screen time, right? I'm reducing my screen time to just 1 hour a day. Another one is meditating 10 minutes a day. zero YouTube, and no adult, explicit films. And pretty much
Very
I'm just
specific.
trying to, really what I'm trying to do is recalibrate my focus, have a new baseline for my discipline. I'm just kind of putting myself in check again and seeing like, hey, can I do this? Like, is self-control something that I still have? Because as I get older, I do feel myself being a little bit, giving myself more slack, you know what I mean? And checking my phone when I'm editing, when I'm supposed to be focused for an hour, I'm like checking my phone 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Somebody texting me, oh, is it urgent, So, I mean, it's definitely something that, discipline and like self control are things that I do try, to implement in my life. And obviously, I'm not perfect at it. Nobody is. But to me, this is a challenge that I definitely wanted. As soon as I heard it from Iman on YouTube, something I definitely wanted to try
Shout out
right away.
Iman.
Yeah.
But yeah, so dopamine ties into, for you guys that know what dopamine is, it is, I believe it is what they call the natural happy drug or something like that.
Yeah, it's your feel good chemical.
Your feel good chemical, right? So I think eliminating social media ties into that because a lot of us follow or seek validation on the internet, right? Like, let's say we just hit a PR, and I'm guilty of it too. Don't get me wrong. I've put workout videos out. I've put videos out where it's like, yo, when I get likes, when I get people like, yo, you're killing it, dude, that's instant gratification, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is validation. That is, yo, my man, thought that's dope. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the dopamine.
Yeah.
So-
You see a funny video, you see something you can relate to, you're sharing it with your friends, you post something, you're getting likes. All those things, I mean, there's intrinsically maybe nothing wrong with it. To me, there is something wrong with it because a lot of these apps are playing on our this whole dopamine challenge thing. To me, it's fun, it's exciting. I definitely love trying, different things that challenge my limits or my self beliefs. Like, I've been vegan for 3 weeks, 21 days.
Yo, my man did he was in keto for how long?
About 15, 16 months, 18
Damn.
months. Yeah.
Damn. Honestly, you guys will get a realization of how much you're consumed by social media. Matter of fact, open your phone right now if you're not watching on your phone. Or matter of fact, Apple now allows you to have YouTube still up, right? So slide this up or get off for a moment and go to your screen that shows you how much time you've been on your phone.
Yeah.
How long you've been on your phone. If it's more than 6 hours, you got to think that's almost a third of your day you were on your phone. And it tells you if you're on music, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, how long you've been on there on messages. I use my GPS a lot for work, so like I got like an hour of GPS time, an hour and a half per day. But like, go look at how long you've been on your phone.
You might be
realize,
surprised.
Are you getting instant gratification, or are you getting this instant almost like happiness of seeing people like your stuff or seeing your friends happy? And is it something that maybe you should take not even a step away from, but take it in more of a moderation? You might see that you're living in the present, like here, not on your phone, and you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
I've always made it a point when I hang out with friends to put my phone down. Like, I don't scroll. If I'm scrolling with friends, it's probably because they're scrolling, and it's like just become like a dead hangout, which is very unfortunate, but it doesn't happen with my friends, which is awesome. But it's one of those things where if I'm here, my attention is right here on my phone, right? It's not with my friends. So my phone's down. Who gives a shit what's on social media right now? We're going to hang out and have a great time. And then, you know what? Guess what? I get in my car to leave, or my friends are leaving, and now I'm like, fuck, what do I do now? Oh, well, let me get on Facebook, So I do want to tell you guys, be mindful of where your energy's going, right? Be mindful of what's making you happy, what's triggering your happiness. And if it's coming from social media, maybe take a small break from it. Maybe cut the time in half. Maybe find different avenues to find joy, little accomplishments, go to the gym or start cooking or whatever you can seek for better sources of happiness.
Yeah. And honestly, like, you want to ask yourself, like, am I just distracting myself? And then if you are, ask yourself, what am I distracting myself from?
Yeah.
Is
Or
that,
why am I distracting myself?
there's a word, and I'm trying so hard to think about it, but it's like when you check out. I can't think about what it's called.
Like
It's
mentally checked out? I don't know,
yeah,
like
but there's a
absent,
word
right?
when it's like a verb of you actively being checked out or distracted on purpose. I can't remember the word right now. It's going to come to me.
It's gonna
But
come up on the screen right here.
But my question is why? Like, are you avoiding a project? Are you not, avoiding doing a task that you should be doing?
You hate your job?
Yeah.
Are
Oof.
you bored at work?
Oof.
Are you looking at other people because your relationship doesn't satisfy you?
And here's the thing. Like, social media has become, I think, okay, let's look at it like this. Suicide rates in young girls, I'm talking about like even preteen, has gone, I think, like 60%. Don't quote me on that, but it's gone over. It's more than doubled. You know what I mean? Suicide rates has also gone way up. You know, since the advent of Instagram and other social media platforms. And I do like that certain apps, tried an approach of like removing likes, you know what I mean, to kind of lessen, validation and
It's
people.
an equalizer, yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The comparison is a thief of joy, and honestly, like that's what social media is. Like when you're on someone's page or you're on someone's profile, you're pretty much looking at their highlight. You're looking at all the highs. You're not really looking at like the downtimes, the moments when they're alone, or
Yeah.
yeah, the struggles they're going through. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that I know Dance has been going through, not to hear you out, there's definitely things he's been going through, but you would never know it unless you're hanging out with him like I am, you know what I mean? And there's things that Dan's knows that I've been going through, you know what I mean, that no one would know unless,
Yeah.
but if you go on social media, you're posting, make today count. Yeah, make
Yeah.
today
Look,
is
you guys only know
what we
what
want.
we want you to know. And that's not me and Jose, it's everyone.
Everyone.
People only know what you want them to know.
Yeah.
So when you guys see me happy and jolly, if you guys look at my Instagram page, it's all my car, everything's dandy. But guess what? Dude, I just hit a deer, a couple nights ago.
Oh, damn.
Front end smashed in. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
But obviously you guys are finding out now. But these things that there's tribulations and there's speed bumps in life that no one knows about because it's not sexy.
It's not, yeah.
It's not something like, oh, I'm gonna post this on Instagram to get some validation. No, because it's not sexy, bro. Like I said, it's all highlight reels, and everyone talks about it. And you're right. Look at your life. Look at your life. You posted a great selfie. You were out with your friends. You posted a video or whatever, a little portrait mode of you and your friends at the club or whatever. You go home. You wake up the next morning, Saturday morning. How do you feel? How do you feel? You
Yeah.
hungover? You fucked up still?
Yeah.
Did you go home by yourself? Your friends went home and you went home back to yourself and it's silent?
Yeah. And listen, and there's just a lot that you don't know. And I mean, here's what I feel like I'm learning a lot from this dopamine detox is that, the first day was a little bit tricky just because I'm getting used to a brand new routine. I'm used to not just constantly distracting myself, with my cell phone. But I'm realizing that the stuff that used to feel super urgent, the messages that I feel like I got to make sure I check my email. I got to make sure. I'm realizing that it's not it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? And I was before I did this detox, I talked to a lot of people around me about it. Like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, and people would tell me like, oh, I have a business. I can't not talk to my clients. I have to make sure I'm on top of everything. And of course, you should.
Yeah.
And there are workarounds. There are workarounds around that. You know what I mean? Like I'm on my computer checking my emails, checking my social platforms if I need to. I'm getting on Facebook to actually go on Messenger, you know what I mean, to reply to people on there that are asking me about, business inquiries and stuff like that. So there's definitely ways to do it. Does it take more time? Yes. Is it as convenient? Definitely not. But I mean,
But even if you wanted to kind of structure your time to where, like, hey, if you do own a business or you do need to speak to people, hey, you know what? If I have an hour, even if I have 2 hours of my time where I'm going to be on my phone, you can pick 30 minutes in the morning to respond to all the messages you get in the
Yeah,
morning. Trust
absolutely.
me, I get inquiries all day, every day. Respond in the morning. You respond, take another 15 minutes midday if you have messages midday, and then take time in the evening before, there's obviously like a time, if you're checking your shit at 10 p.m., it's a little too late to respond to clients, right? But check it in the evening before bedtime, before, everyone starts kind of settling in for the night, and respond. And if people hit you up at 10 in the morning, guess what? Dude, your business is a business, right? Stores close, Target closes at 10. Are they letting you come in at 12:30 in the morning to pick food up, or you gotta wait, or pick, whatever up, or you gotta wait till they open, right? So yeah, people are conscious. Hey, this is a business. This is a person who's probably asleep. He'll get to me tomorrow.
yeah.
I know business owners that are like, oh, it took me 3 days to reply to a message. I'm like, damn, 3 days. You can gauge your extremity, right? I'm a weirdo that I don't like notifications. Like the little red dot pisses me off just seeing it. So I always gotta check my notifications and clear them. But some people don't. Some people aren't as quick as we are to respond. But I mean, definitely, I think that this could be seen as like a recalibration of your life.
Yeah, apps. That's what it feels like to me. I feel like I'm being way more productive. Last night, we went out for a little bit, hung out, and even though we got home kind of not too late, we got
Around 11.
I still was like, even when we were hanging out, and I'm not gonna lie, Dan, this is probably not that the greatest thing, but towards us finishing our hangout session, I was in the back of mind, I'm like, I want to finish this before I go to bed.
Yeah.
So I mean,
But you have your drive, you have your set. Like, this is what I need to finish. Or
but
this is what I want.
but here's the crazy part. Like when I'm before I was doing the social media detox, whatever you want to call it, dopamine detox. Before I was doing that, dude, around 6 o'clock, I'm like, I'm feeling tapped out, and honestly, like, I would obviously put in a couple hours of editing, I'd go to the gym, I'd track all my meals, whatever, but I'm consistently working until like 8, 9, 10 o'clock now, and it's because I have so much of my time back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was looking at I took screenshots of all my screen times, the last couple of days before I started this detox, and I had 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. Sometimes I'll go to sleep with YouTube on. So like some of those nights that I guess let it run, some of them were running like 11 hours of screen time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy. You think the phone realizes you're not paying attention.
Yeah. So but now and here's the crazy part, like, when you're scrolling on your phone, looking at TikToks or Reels or, whatever, you feel like you're unwinding and relaxing, but really you're not, you know what I mean? Your brain is actually super engaged, and I feel like I've been sleeping way better, you know what I mean? I'm not waking up as much. You know what I mean? Last night I didn't sleep as well, but I think that's because I had caffeine kind of late.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, I feel like I'm feeling super rested in the morning. The next thing that I think will, double my productivity, honestly, which might be the next challenge, bro, is waking up, like earlier in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, we have friends that wake up and they hit the gym at 4 in the morning.
Yep.
They're done with their workout and probably done with about an hour's worth of work before we even
Wake up, yeah. And there's people that are waking up at 4:30, 5:30, like Kobe, you know what I mean? He talks about this all the time. Dude, if you're waking up at, say, just 5 in the morning, right? And some people are waking up at 8, 9, 10, you've already put in 3, 4, 5 more hours than the average person.
Yeah.
You multiply that over, 5, 6 months, a year, 2, 3 years, you've already outclassed, outworked, you know what I mean? Output way more than the person who's sleeping in. And I'm not gonna lie, I've done, I've done a 7-day fast before, right? And that shit was hard. It was difficult, just water. But one thing that I cannot overcome, bro, is waking up early, bro. That has been a lifelong struggle for me. The only time in my life when I did it's when I was working with an uncle and I had to wake up at like 5 in the morning and drive an hour or whatever. But other than that, bro, like waking up early has always been like my biggest enemy, bro. Like my biggest, I don't know what to call it, my enemy. I don't know.
Your biggest not tribulation, but your biggest speed bump. One of your biggest speed bumps.
Yeah, it's just,
honestly, when you find the reason to wake up early, bro, I think that you're gonna thrive
Yeah.
in it because Josie is a man of discipline and really drive, bro. So I feel like once you set that goal, it's gonna be all 100 miles an hour, bro.
yeah, bro.
You know?
And yeah, bro. I mean, hopefully I will. Hopefully I can. And yeah.
Yeah. Now going back to this social media detox, one thing I want you guys to not do is stop watching this podcast.
Yeah, no, you
Keep
definitely
watching
need,
this podcast.
you
We're
definitely
dope.
need to watch
I
it.
think
Yeah,
we're dope. I
yeah.
think y'all get a lot from us.
We're the good kind of dopamine.
Yeah, we're the good dopamine. Yes, indeed. But look, limit it a little bit, or maybe just stop seeking validation. There's a lot of knowledge. Like I like to joke that I'm YouTube certified. There's a lot of knowledge you can gain from social media or even just online presence, right? There's a lot of knowledge you can gain. Maybe channel what you're doing to be more beneficial to life instead of like empty happiness,
Yeah.
or like a virtual happiness.
Yeah.
It's not existent. It's not
Yeah.
tangible. It's not right here. You're not
Yeah.
happy. You've not made, unless you're making money as an influencer on social media where the purpose is to profit, right? If you're not making any sort of income that's like right here in your hand, what are you gaining? A temporary
Yeah.
high that disappears when your picture gets lost in the feed,
Yeah.
But as I was saying, this podcast is dope. We put the dope in dopamine, so definitely want to stay in tune with us. We do have our YouTube channel. Follow that or subscribe to that. Like this page on Instagram.
Yeah.
What's crazy is I feel like people realize that these conversations are wonderful. The intention of this podcast, and I'm going to dive into this real quick, was for Jose and I to just spread communication on what we talk about on a day-to-day basis, or pick our own brains and let y'all kind of dive in on that, right? What we've seen is we've had a lot of feedback of people saying, "Hey, I would love to join you guys," or "Hey,
Yeah.
I'd love to jump on. What's up? I want to jump on and talk about this," right? We've had 2 guests now, and we have a list of guests of people that have wanted to come join us.
Yeah.
So what's beautiful is you guys are listening to us and what we're talking about, but you also are going to have the opportunity and are having the opportunity to listen to other people's lives, other people's stories, other people's knowledge and wisdom that they can pass along to you. So like I said, we've got some exciting guests already on the list. We had to make a list. It's crazy. We had to make a list. So thank you guys, one, for following and liking and watching us, and two, for being involved. Like I said, we have a list of people that we have upcoming. You guys are going to love these people, and we're going to love talking to these people. So,
yeah, super excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah. This is one of those things where we're not giving you validation. Unless you start commenting and I start liking all your stuff and replying, which is cool. I'm going to give you that validation because I love y'all. Y'all are fans. Man, we're trying to hit like 10 million followers in the next 6 months. Or what did Liver King do? 1 million by March. So we need 1 million by March. Matter of fact, that's our new statement, bro. We need 1 million
by March.
If we hit 1 million by March, I'll take steroids. It's like,
damn.
No, I'm talking shit.
The internet,
I'm not gonna take
the internet will hold you accountable.
Nah, hell no. If we hit 1 million by March, we'll do a big giveaway.
Damn.
Big giveaway.
We'll think about it also. We'll think about what else would be awesome in Sunday. Definitely want to do something cool. Just on a final note, last thing on dopamine detox, I feel like one thing that also has I wanted to touch on just a little bit was the fact that, I feel like I'm actually enjoying, conversations with friends. I feel like I'm way more present in, here and now.
That's the word.
I'm talking to way more people at my gym. You know what I mean? I'm calling a lot of people, because when you lock your screen and you're on a phone call, it doesn't count as screen time.
Hey Siri, call Josie.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I've been doing a lot of. Hey Siri, text this person.
I was wondering why you're calling me a lot more. It makes sense now.
Yeah, because texting. Okay, I could text one conversation and it'll take me 30 minutes. That's half of my screen time.
Yeah.
Or I could just call you, and say what I need to say. Probably in half the time, and probably more details, and it's not affecting my screen time. So, yes, that's a lot of cool stuff.
Takeaway, bro. That's the word takeaway. Be present. Be present with your friends and family.
Yeah.
Because when you go home at the end of the night and they're not with you, guess what? You start missing them. And guess what you should have done? Been more fucking present. Okay. Be present.
Yeah.
That's it. Look, another great episode. I'm Dan the Man.
I'm Jose.
This is Mr. Kitten.
Thank you guys for joining us on another episode of the Off Topic Podcast.
Peace. We love y'all. Shit, bro.
Damn. Let's get those 10 seconds, bro, at least for one of them. In a world where social media rules,
2 men.
One podcast.
Together.
They will reveal the truth.
The truth behind everything.
Who wants your attention and why?
Where is your attention and how?
Is the Liver King natty?
Is Dan natty?
These questions will be answered and more
On the next episode of
the Off Topic Podcast.